Okay, cool.
All right, so I want to start with this is going to be fun because it's
All right, I
back
like
to
fun.
OGs, back to basics for me.
Okay.
It's an IPO.
Okay, awesome.
So yeah, this one's pretty cool.
All right.
It IPO'd 1 month ago on the 10th of March.
Would I know this company?
I don't think so. Well,
Okay,
maybe,
all right.
maybe. It's already got a big valuation.
Okay.
It is the 10th of April right now.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it IPO'd on the 10th of March.
Okay, there's a really loud motorbike coming. Apologies for the audio, but we'll keep going.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. All right, so it launched in. I don't know if I can keep going. It's going to be so loud. Yeah, we haven't gone very far through.
No.
So I'm doing a. You know what? This isn't a company that you've heard of, or it might be. I don't think you specifically would have heard of it.
Okay.
I think a lot of people would have.
Well, okay.
So yeah, I mean it's a bit of it. It's maybe.
All right.
Well, I was going to say niche, but it's not that niche.
Okay.
All right, so it's based in Silicon Valley.
All right.
It launched in 2006.
Okay.
And
Kind of old.
yeah, well, it launched in 2006, but it IPO'd a month ago. So it's currently the 10th of April.
Yep.
And a month ago, on the 10th of March, it
10th of
launched.
March. Okay.
So it's had a 1 month run, and it is called Roblox. Do you know about
Blocks?
No, Roblox. ROBLOX.
No.
Okay, so
Roblox.
yeah, so Roblox.
Okay.
It's pretty wildly popular.
Okay.
And it is a platform where people, and I didn't actually know this because I actually thought it was just I thought it was a video game.
Yeah.
And picture this, and this is from what I've seen about it before.
Yeah.
Minecraft mixed with Lego.
Okay.
So,
So these are the creators of a game. No, sorry. This is your perception of the game.
That's yeah.
By the name of the company.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
So Roblox is like that. Well, that's what I thought it was like.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, people running around, online multiplayer.
Yep.
And
Roblox. Yep.
building stuff and punching each other, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like big multiplayer for kids.
Yep.
And what it actually is, and what I didn't realize, is that it's a platform where people design and build and then upload their own games that they've made themselves.
Okay, cool.
And what they do is they design and upload, and then people buy them for 20 cents, $1, $5 kind of thing.
Right.
And then people buy that, and then they go and play the game. I don't know exactly what
Yep.
they buy them for.
Yeah.
And there are 40 million games which have been created by users on the platform.
Whoa.
So a lot of the users are kids, and they're kind of learning a little bit about the coding and a little bit how to make.
So people could be on that platform and not make the games, right? People can also just go on there and play.
Yeah. You can just go and play so you can play any one of the 40 million games.
Yeah. Okay.
So some of the most popular games created include Meep City, which has 4.5 billion plays. Jailbreak, which has 3.1 billion plays. So every session, so like every time someone logs in and picks that game and goes into it and starts playing, like that's what the play is.
Yep.
Adopt Me with 3 billion plays, Royale High with 2.4 billion, Murder Mystery 2 with 2 billion, and Work at a Pizza Place with 1.9 billion. That one was pretty funny.
That's funny.
So that's just their top. That's their top 6 games.
Okay.
And here's what's really cool. They have 150 million users with 36 million daily active users. So to compare that daily active users, so they've got 36 million.
Yep.
Twitch has 15 million.
Whoa.
They're on 36 million. TikTok has 50 million. And Reddit has 52 million
No way.
daily active users.
That's huge.
So they're
Is this huge in some other country other than Australia?
I think it's... All right, well, I think when I talk about target demographics and all that kind of thing, it'll make a lot more sense.
Right, okay.
But it is huge in America.
Wow.
So it's... here we go, like... What's it about? How it works, you know?
Yeah.
So everyone can go out... One of their main kind of points is that everyone can go out and paint. Everyone can go and upload a video on the internet, right?
Yes.
So then why can't games be like that?
Yeah, okay.
So basically it's about taking out that huge development cost and the coding strain and the like all of those issues and helping people to build their own games with their own logic.
It just removes that barrier to entry.
Yeah.
Where, you're right. There's a bunch of companies that have done it for video and for everything else.
Yeah.
And then, you're right. If I wanted to code a game or make a game, I'd have no idea where to start.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. Okay.
And you got to go and get your own platform which runs it, and it's really complicated.
Yeah, and then
So-
I've got to draw people to my own website and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, okay.
Got to design your own characters and design
Yep.
how they work and design the logic, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So there's a huge strain with that side of it.
Yep.
And then developers make money through selling Robux. So it's called Roblox.
Okay.
And they make money through Roblox, the company, sells Robux, obviously, and then Robux are spent on games and whatever.
Could I just let's say I jump on there.
Yeah.
And I just want to play some games.
Yeah.
When I jump in there and I assume create an account, I then probably have to transfer some money and buy some Robux.
Yes, that's right.
And then with those Robux, I can spend them on specific games.
Yeah.
The developers get paid in Robux, and then they can probably cash it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how it works. So the in-game currency or the in-platform currency is Robux, and then Roblox takes 30% of the revenue that a developer makes through the Robux, and the developer gets 70%.
But no one's paying any fees other than that.
Yeah, so I think it's a pretty fair system in the way that Roblox makes money. It seems pretty decent of them to kind of do that. And then I think it's a very clever business model because it's essentially it's become a marketplace between developers and gamers.
Sounds like it.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
And what Roblox has to do is create all the tools around developing and improve their development platform and user platform. And just really works hard to make everything as good as it can be, essentially.
Yep.
So that developers can make better and better games, and so there's 40 million games, and the top 1,000 games are where 90% of the users stick.
Yeah.
Which is
expected.
pretty decent.
Yep.
With if you consider there's a whole 1,000 games where 90% of the people are playing it. I don't know, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true.
54% of the user base is under 13.
Yeah.
And 29% of users are between 13 and 24, which is pretty.
What percent, sorry?
29%.
29, okay.
Yeah, and then the rest, which is about 16%, is 25 plus or unknown.
Yeah, that's expected.
And then here's one thing that's really interesting, and this number was very different before 2020.
Yeah.
50% of all kids under the age of 16 in the US have used Roblox.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. 50%.
Wow.
So yeah, half of those kids.
I remember creating a game for a school project.
Yeah.
I wonder if schools are endorsing this platform, and that's why there's so many, such a high percentage of kids who have used it.
Yeah, it could be that. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Anyway, it's got a valuation, so it's got a valuation of $4 billion in February 2020.
Yep.
It's got, in January 2021, it had a valuation of $29.5 billion.
Oh, wow.
And it launched on the New York Stock Exchange, a month ago, with a market, and now it's got a market cap of $39.5 billion.
Wow.
So, yeah, pretty cool. So they're
huge.
Obviously, huge increases in the last year. $4 billion in 2020.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's a private valuation, though. But, So, anyway, it's at a price of $71.83, which is pretty cool.
Price per share.
Yeah.
$71.
Yep. And then they IPO'd at 69, so they've only increased 3.4% over the last over the last month. So it's definitely not a hype stock, but
no.
But I think that's okay for now because it hasn't had a chance to prove itself as
interesting.
Only a month of being up and running, and in a standard normal month, making 3.4% would be higher than the market. I think that's quite good.
Okay.
And so, revenues, we're looking at, in September 2019, they were 349 million.
Okay.
September 2020, they were 588 million.
Wow.
And then December 2020, for the full year, it was 923 million.
Wow.
So, rapid growth. 68% growth between September and September for 2019 to 2020.
Yeah.
COVID forced a lot of people to be staying at home, and there's a good reason more kids would be staying at home playing games.
Definitely.
So that would have been a huge increase.
Yeah.
And here's something interesting. So due to the delay between Robux and converting them to dollars, it means that the revenue can be recognized up to 23 months after the money is actually made. Mm-hmm. So that revenue figure might not even, it doesn't even include everything.
Yep.
So I think that there's a lot of Robux in people's accounts that haven't been, it hasn't been spent in the game yet.
Yep.
And therefore it isn't counted as revenue yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I assume that the in-game credit can't be transferred back to the USD as by a user. So that's essentially their prepaid revenue. Because like a user couldn't just go and buy Robux and then transfer them back into USD. Like that's what a developer does. But yeah. So technically it's in the game, but they haven't spent it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So the model there makes sense to me. The money might not be fully recognized yet, and it'll actually be a higher revenue figure showing up in the future as they're spent. So the real thing here is that the free cash flows are a better metric to measure that.
Yep.
So the prepaid revenues of Robux was actually an increase. Wow. Really cool plane in the background.
Very cool plane. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, so there's actually in prepaid revenues there was 171% increase in the last year.
Sorry. We can hear the plane. Oh, it's over there. That's very cool.
Oh, it's doing flips.
It's doing flips.
Yeah. Anyway,
it'll be in the background sometime soon. You'll have to zoom on it.
Yep.
Maybe not. Okay, sorry. Continue.
Anyway, don't worry about that. With their revenue of $923 million, they made a loss of $253 million.
Okay.
But I think it's not actually realistic to call that unprofitable because they realistically made $1.2 billion if you count so in revenue if you count the prepaid Robux, because they had 400 or 300 million in free cash flows as well. So I think that they would be realistically making a very small loss at the moment, considering that they almost made $1 billion. I think that their loss is something like 20 million, as opposed to 200 million, which is what it's written down as its real loss.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. And they've also been investing heavily into upgrading their infrastructure and the safety of their platform as the company grows rapidly.
True.
Now that's a really good point, because having 50% of your user base under 13, you really need a safe platform to So that's really good that they've been doing that.
Yeah.
They've also started offering Robux as a subscription, which is really good because you're basically buying in-game currency regularly, and they can give you a little bit of a discount and say every month you buy $20 worth of Robux or $10 worth of Robux or whatever, just automatically.
Yeah, it's good.
Which is great. Yeah. Very young user base. So online safety is the most important thing. One of the biggest concerns. And so as an investor, I would be wanting consistent auditing done on the content and the
true.
That
could get out of control quite quickly, couldn't it?
And one of the main concerns I would say is, for me personally, I would want manual approvers to review each game before it's uploaded.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is that obviously it can take ages to play all the way through a game.
Yeah.
And it's tricky because how are they going to do that with 40 million games? They can't control that kind of thing.
That's interesting, because I suppose there's a lot of rules around classifying games as certain ratings.
Yeah.
And they don't want to classify the whole website as being a high level of rating to accommodate for that.
Well, it's got to be it's got to be you can't.
Well, because their clientele's all under 13.
Yeah.
So right, interesting. Unless they, okay, I don't know. That's a really hard one.
Yeah.
Because it is their responsibility to ensure that those kids are I guess, cared for.
Yeah.
But how are they going to run through every single game and check the content? There needs to be a flagging process that people can flag a game. Oh, this is inappropriate. It then goes to another section of the website or something. Yeah. Where you have to be over 18. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, I get that. So there's a great stickiness to the game.
Yeah.
So they have
So we've stopped on a cul-de-sac or on a dead end.
And if we weren't parked there, everyone would be able to go around in one go.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. So people are having to come around, chucking in reverse back. Anyway, it's legal, but...
Yeah. I wouldn't worry too much.
No, it's fine.
So they got a huge amount of retention, and a lot of their user base, their daily active users are obviously 36 million of them. So 24% of all of the users, because there's 150 million, 24% of them are daily active users, which is great for retention,
Yeah.
So another positive is that I watched a video of some Roblox employees, and they're way nerdier than some of the other developer videos I've seen in Silicon Valley. So that's a well done there from me.
Have you ever played a game on there?
I haven't, no.
Okay.
I haven't given it a go.
Okay.
But I should probably do that before investing, just to, check it out.
It'd be interesting if you had a go between now and our next podcast.
Yeah.
And then you came back to us and told us what you thought.
Gave a little review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have time.
I'm keen to play I Bought a Pizza or
I
Work at a Pizza.
I think you'd be pretty good at that.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah.
No, I've watched a clip a while ago. I didn't know that it was Roblox.
Yeah.
Watched a clip of Jailbreak, which was really very funny. It was like a couple of adults playing it and whatever.
Yeah.
And it looked like a very funny game. And like you all just spawn into this prison and there's like lots of multiplayer people.
Yeah.
And you can all just kind of mess up each other's attempt to jailbreak.
Okay. Well, give us a review on that one then.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll put up a live playing Twitch stream, and no, I won't.
You're trying to figure out what you're doing.
Yeah, trying to work out how to play it. So one of the great points as well is that 4 or 5 kids, so one kid at school can tell 4 or 5 kids to sign up.
Yes.
And they can all play together.
Oh,
and
having kids is so good because it's like, when you're at school, you get enough people on it, and it's like the whole fear of missing out thing when you're a kid is so strong.
Yeah, and you don't have to spend any money on your marketing when that happens. Because,
absolutely.
Yeah, you can get free marketing through kids telling each other.
And every kid knows how to access their parents' credit cards and stuff now.
Yeah,
so there's no issue with that either.
That's true.
So yeah, it's good.
It's become more accessible. One huge negative is that as kids grow up, they might find it not as cool, or they want to play proper games from major franchises.
Yeah.
So I'm talking Call of Duty, Need for Speed, Fortnite. So the average lifetime usage of their product is 23 months.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, if you compare that to Netflix, Netflix has a 38-month average lifespan. So. That's...
Which will just continue to grow indefinitely.
Yeah, and Netflix is, as they get more and more customers, continuing to flow through,
Exactly.
Okay,
that's a good metric.
So that's an interesting one, 23 months. I guess that it'll probably get longer. It's still...
Yeah.
I don't know, it has been around since 2006.
There's more kids coming through. It is what it is.
Yeah. A negative is the external forces. So 34% of their revenue comes through Apple App Store. So, because the people can play it on their iPads, whatever.
Right.
18% comes through Google Play.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of the, the devices come in.
Yeah.
If one of their platforms decides to delist it, which they wouldn't do, but if they decide to delist it, or they increase their fees, that could really stuff up.
So you said it was 30% Apple, 15 Google
34% from Apple and 18% from Google Play.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but obviously it's good because more people are playing their iPads and whatever, instead of just traditional PCs. And
and then obviously the other option is just on their desktop.
Yeah, desktop.
So it's almost 50% devices, 50% desktop.
Well, not really. So there's desktop and whatever, but then there's Xboxes and PlayStations and that kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's what they do.
Cool.
So yeah, it's interesting.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, that's my
cool
segment.
Okay, and then a final conclusion.
Oh, I think be careful of the risks, and it's probably a buy from me. I think it's quite a buy. Cool.
Interesting.
I think it's quite cool. I think it's very good that it's a very good model having a marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just take a cut of everyone else's work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And as long as you can support developers,
I wonder
and
how many
users,
employees they have. You don't know that, do you?
I don't know, but actually, here's another interesting stat before we finish. I'm glad you asked me this.
Okay.
The employee ratio is very different from Uber and Airbnb. So Uber and Airbnb and stuff have 24-25% engineers. So of their staff, that's how many are software engineers.
Yep.
Roblox has an 80% staff construction of just software engineers.
Oh wow! Okay.
So 80% of their staff is So that's kind of cool. So they're focusing a lot on the developing side, and they don't have to focus so much on the marketing and all that stuff. And I guess one thing that's cool about that, think about a developer. A developer wants to advertise their own game.
That's what I was just thinking.
On Roblox.
So they do it themselves.
Yeah, so it's like they're taking on the cost, they're taking on the distribution, they're telling people about their game, that kind of thing. So
it's like Shopify. Shopify, they do some of their own marketing, but they don't need to.
I think in my opinion, it's more like Amazon. So everyone else's game is also recommended below yours. That's what.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not like you have your own page.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yep. Interesting.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Just do a transition sound.
Do you want to get that?
No, that's fine.
Really? I feel like it's not got very long.
How many minutes is it on?